Hi, Omar. So I have a dilemma. I turned 19 next month. Why are 19-year-olds listening to my podcast? Anyway, I turned 19 years old and I'm still a virgin. So am I. Virgin power. What tips can you give me aside from praying and being able and not being alone in a room because sex or something close to that can happen anywhere? I don't know how I feel about a 19-year-old girl asking 24-year-old me about advice when it comes to their sex life. I think sex is overrated. And the reason why I say that isn't because sex isn't good, it's really good. Or so I'm told. You are now listening to the Konse Podcast. Remember to live your best life. Welcome everybody to the Konse Podcast. Yes, sir. Your step-by-step guide on how to live your best life. And listen, I owe you guys an apology. I really, really do. And I am so sorry for literally being one of the worst podcasters on the planet right now. I went MIA and it's been wild. But I hope everybody has been good. It's a new year. It's a fresh start for everybody, including us here on the Konse Podcast. A few disclaimers. I'm sitting in my room recording this on my phone, so you're probably gonna hear some background noise. I will try and edit it later on, but yeah, there's probably gonna be a lot of background noise, and someone might walk in at some point. So I'm just letting you know in advance. But yeah, guys, I hope you're doing good. 2025. 2024 is gone. We put that in the past, and 2025 we'll look forward to greater things. There's a lot to talk about. There really, really is a lot to talk about. And normally I would script these things and have a lineup of what I would like to talk about. But I'm not going to do that today. And it's just going to be literally just free-flowing. And everything that I'm going to say in this episode is really off the top of my head, except the last segment. And you understand why. I want to start off by, obviously, first of all, apologizing, but I also want to explain why I had gone away for a while. Some of you who are close to me or in my inner circle know why. Others who listen to the podcast from a distance don't. Like, if you know me personally, then you know why. But if you don't, here's your explanation. I hadn't recorded an episode. The last episode I recorded was with Mix Kasamwa. If you haven't listened to it, I'll link it in the description below. It was with Mix Kasamwa, and that was way back in, I think, May it was. And yeah, it was a really, really good episode, eh? It was a really, really good episode. And after that, it was just, I hit a roadblock. Not just creatively, but just in general. And listen, I don't know how y'all's 2024 went, but I'm not even gonna lie, mine was shit. Like, if I'm being very, very honest, 2024, it showed me bums. Like, it was so bad. It was... Okay, no, I'm over-exaggerating now. 2024 was really good up until my birthday. After my birthday, everything just turned to shit. That's pretty much the best way I could put it. And so I really needed to step back from a lot of things. I needed to reevaluate my life and where I wanted to take it. And so the podcast had to take a backseat for a great majority of last year. But outside that also, I'm going to use this moment to be quite vulnerable with you guys, yeah? When I started podcasting, it was more so because I wanted to just try out something new. The response people got from the podcast is what kept motivating me to try something new and reach greater heights. When I started posting on YouTube, it became a whole lot harder. Having to meet different people, trying to push for certain podcasts to go to to work on, and it was such a mess. It was such a stress, and that's why, to be honest, I have such a deep respect for YouTubers. Like, YouTubers do not get enough credit because it takes a lot. So I was stressed. I was under so much stress, and other things in my life were suffering because of it. So that's why I was like, you know what? This needs to stop. I was literally like, we had to pay videographers, we had to find locations to shoot from, we had to do a whole lot, and there's a whole lot that goes behind podcasting that a lot of people don't talk about. And so for me as an individual, only funding myself, it was a stress. It really, really was. I mean, I'm not that Z podcast. I'm not K Plus or Elson, so they can do it because they have the means. I don't have the means right now. So I thought to myself, you know what? I still love podcasting, but the video thing is not sustainable. How can I fix it? After a lot of sitting down, I just made the decision to go back to audio platforms. So this episode is going to air on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other audio platforms. But it's also going to be an audio format on YouTube as well. Because, one, like I said, I can't exactly afford to have video episodes all the time. And maybe one can argue that, yeah, I could still do it with my phone, but it's a whole lot more overwhelming than it seems. So yeah, there's that. And two, because I just enjoy audio podcasts more than I do video. So because of that, I feel like I was doing the video podcast really just to fit into a norm. And I'm done trying to fit into norms, trying to do the status quo type thing. This podcast from now on is going to be strictly audio, but with a catch. It's going to be strictly audio, but for interviews where I have like public figures or guests, like huge names on the podcast, we're going to be doing videos for those. So it's not going to be completely removed because I still need to treat y'all, right? You're my people. I still need to treat y'all. So yeah, these episodes are going to be very intimate episodes. We're taking a completely different shift from how we normally structure the podcast. And here's how the podcasts are going to be going. For like the first half of an episode, we're going to be talking about random stuff. Like, we're going to have different conversations about different things the way we always do. Conversations about anything and everything. We're going to talk about a lot of things that a lot of people would talk about under a certain limit, but for us, we're not gonna limit ourselves. We're gonna just let loose and let out. A lot of the episodes are probably gonna be solo episodes, but other episodes I'm gonna have guests over. And so we're gonna talk about different things. We're gonna talk about finance. We're gonna talk about sex. We're going to talk about intimacy. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about school. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about anything and everything that encompasses living your best life. We're going to talk about spirituality. We're going to talk about individuality. We're going to talk about all these things because I feel part of what, and I've said this before, part of what makes living your best life possible is, one, acknowledging the bad moments of your life, but two, celebrating the best parts of it and trying as much as you can to grow from each experience that you have in your life. So yeah, that's pretty much the new direction we're taking with the podcast. And then in the second segment of each podcast, we're going to do Q&As where we answer some of the dilemmas that you people are dealing with. You're either going to send them to me via Instagram, or for those of you who are in contact with me on WhatsApp, you're going to share them anonymously through WhatsApp. And so I already have a couple with me in for this episode, and I'm going to share them, and we're going to talk about them. And that's pretty much the structure for most of the episodes that we'll be doing going forward. There's also going to be a change to the whole channel in general. And here's what I mean. If you've noticed on the channel, it now says Konse TV and not the Konse Podcast. And the reason being is because I'm going to diversify my content now to not just podcasting. Those of you that follow me on TikTok and know me personally know that I'm also a voiceover artist. And I like to vlog. And there's so many other things that I like to do outside just podcasting. And I want to share that on this platform. Hopefully, with the hopes that we can grow as a community through sharing those experiences. But also, I really don't care about the numbers, really. I'm just here to do what I love and share my passions with people. So right now we're about 290 something subscribers, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you who subscribed. Some of you probably don't watch the episodes anymore. Some of you probably just click the link and that's it. But either way, I still appreciate it, because it's still, for me, it's the thought that counts. And the fact that I still have this community of 200 people, I think about it like this. 200 people subscribe to my channel. That's 200 people that can fit basically an entire conference hall. You know what I mean? Just to listen to my podcast, to me, that's special. And I really appreciate it, guys. I really do. This episode isn't gonna take long, but I thought I'd use this first episode to really just share everything that's happened in the past, where I currently am right now, and where I plan on taking my channel, my YouTube channel, and my content creator journey. So here's a list of some of the content that you can expect from me on this channel. Expect the Konse Podcast in audio format. Expect some interviews with different guests here and there every once in a while. Expect travel vlogs. I actually have a travel vlog coming up. I'm traveling to Central Province this week on Wednesday. So I'm going to vlog all of that, and I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel. I have also had a desire of reacting to music videos, actually. So I'm considering doing that too, but also doing food reviews. I like to eat a lot. I like to eat a hell of a lot. So I'm going to be doing food reviews here. And yeah, a lot of what I'll be sharing is not the way most content creators will be sharing. It's not going to be, get ready with me and what. We don't do that here. It's going to be in its own way. It's going to have its own it's going to have its own identity and its own DNA. So you're going to enjoy it, and I can promise you that. Over and above, God is going to lead us through this entire journey, and I'm excited for it, man. I really am. So expect episodes. The most episodes that you're going to be seeing here are Konse Podcast episodes, because I'm going to be uploading those every Sunday evening. And then the YouTube version will be coming out the following Monday morning, I think, or Monday evening. But it will definitely be up on audio platforms like Apple Podcasts in the evenings. So yeah, guys, that's all I had to share for today, really. Just an update and a quick life update and everything, and where this content creator journey is going to go from where we left off. It's been hard, man. It's really been hard. But I'm excited. I really am excited. Okay, we've done all that. We've talked about where we are. Now let's listen to some of the issues that you people are dealing with. I think I have about 5 here with me. 5, actually make it 3. 3 main ones. And these are anonymous messages that were sent to me via Instagram. So we're going to read them out, and I'm going to share my own opinions, and feel free to share yours in the comment section. If you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts or whatever, I think there's an option where you could send a voice note or something. I don't know, but if you do have your own opinions on it, please feel free to share. It's a free platform. It's an open platform, which means you can say whatever you want. Just don't insult. Just don't insult. So yeah. Let's see what we have on Instagram. Right. Hi, Omar. Basically, I was in a group and a boy I liked didn't know I liked him, but my friends knew I liked him. Now, my friend saved me as Mrs. Boyfriend's surname. Mrs. and then in brackets the boyfriend's surname on Snapchat. Imagine she pulls up the receipts to show him and his friends and my what? And my SC name shows. Oh, your Snapchat name. Okay. Your Snapchat name shows. And basically, he and his friends know. English him. He and his friends know found out I have a crush on him. But before this, I found out he was talking to a girl, so then I stopped pursuing it. Okay. How do I carry on being friends without being awkward and thinking that I still like him? Also, I may have said jokingly that I want him to lick me out, and my friend told him so. Can you please help me out? Damn. I always wonder, is the way girls struggle with telling a guy that they like them different from how a guy struggles with telling a girl that he likes her? Because I'll be honest with you, yeah. With me, when I like someone, okay, this is what I used to do. I don't do it now. When I like someone, I struggle to tell them that I like them, mostly because I fear rejection. I don't fear rejection that much because I really just don't care for it anymore. I'll tell you that I like you, and if you say you don't feel the same way, I'll be like, whatever. But wow, this was such a long sentence. I don't remember half of it, but I think basically what you were trying to say is you like this guy in a friend group, and the friend group basically exposed you, and now the guy knows that you like him, and you jokingly told him to you. Okay. Well, if he's talking to another girl, then, like you rightly put it, there isn't a need to pursue it. But then, if they're not official, then it means it's still on the market. So you can still, step your game up and be like, you can still get that. Okay, that is such a stupid thing to do on here. Okay, but you get what I mean, right? If you're pursuing this person, well, girls don't normally do pursuing. It's the guy who does pursuing. So if this guy, I feel like you should find out if this guy really likes you back. If it doesn't, then there's no point. You're just wasting your time, and you're going to devalue yourself in the process. If he might also feel the same way, then I say screw what's going on with the other girl. Yeah, just go for it. Go for it if he feels the same way, and if he doesn't, screw it. Next question. By the way, these are not professional answers. I swear to God, some of them are going to be professional answers, some of them are going to be just advice, but please do not think that I'm a professional at giving advice, okay? I'm just going to be sharing what I think you should do. So what I think you should do might not even work. Just saying. So here's the next one. Hi, Omar. So I have a dilemma. I turned 19 next month. Why are 19-year-olds listening to my podcast? Anyway, I turned 19 years old and I'm still a virgin. So am I. Virgin power. And if you argue it in the comments, for sake. At this point of your age, you want to try new things and explore sexually, in brackets. So I was able to reject boys who tried to have sex with me a lot of times. But this time around, I have a boyfriend and my hormones are literally all over the place. What tips can you give me aside from praying and not being alone in a room, because sex or something close to that can happen anywhere? I don't want to be fast or a little whore. Ooh, First of all, I don't know how I feel about a 19-year-old girl asking 24-year-old me about advice when it comes to their sex life. But we are here anyway, so let's see what we can do. First of all, I think you should probably seek better advice from someone else, preferably someone of the same gender as you. But here's the best advice I can give. Number one, if you feel you're not ready, then don't do it. There's really no rush. I think sex is overrated. And the reason why I say that isn't because sex isn't good. It's really good. Or so I'm told. It's really, really good. Or so I'm told. But it's overrated because there's really no need, and I know this is cliche, there's really no need for you to rush into it. And if you rush into it when you're not ready, it can turn out pretty ugly. So first things first, do you feel like you're ready? And if you're not, then there's your answer. Don't do it. But then, see, here's the thing. In as much as I say sex is overrated, I am a liberalist when it comes to sex. I think exploring one's sexual side is important. Now, you can argue otherwise, but those are just my opinions, and they might be flawed, but they are my opinions, so. Oof. Man, you've really put me in a tough spot here. I really don't know the best advice to give you, eh? Let me read the text again first. Like the main part, the point that is really that you're trying to get at. What tips can you give me aside from praying and not being alone together in a room because of sex or something that can happen? It seems to me that you're just afraid of making a mistake, and it's valid to feel that way. So, like I said, again, it comes down to, are you ready? Do you want to have sex? If you do, then I think you should have a conversation with the person that you're dating. Is that person a virgin or not? If they are, then that's another conversation to have. If they aren't, then that's another conversation to have. So there's really, really a lot. I can't give a direct, one-sided answer here. But the only tip I can give you is that if you're not ready, don't do it. It's simple. If you're not ready, don't do it. And talk to someone else about this. Don't be coming on here asking 25-year-old guys about how to live your sex life. I think that's something you should be talking to your big sisters about. I'm just saying. Next question. This one is long. Guys, next time, please be very summarized with these. Hi. I have a dilemma and need advice. My ex-boyfriend is now depressed a few months after our breakup. His friend says he hasn't been the same. Would it be the right thing to do to help him, even though he made the breakup easy and messy for him? No, it's not. I don't care who broke up with who. The fact that the relationship is over means that you have nothing to do with that person. You do not owe that person anything. Move on. That one was actually the shortest one. This next one is long, Shim. Okay, we're gonna try and answer it, and it'll be the last one. Well, this is something I've been struggling with recently. I'm 21 and I'm turning 22 in January. Okay. I've been celibate for a year now. I wasn't really much of a sex fan to begin with. I just did it because, I did it. And didn't we all? But I kind of got a wake-up call, and I kind of isolated myself from the dating world as a whole. I'm from South Africa, moving to China. Next year, okay. I want to be in a relationship, right? Because in order for me to find my husband, I need to date. Okay, I guess. Well, I don't think so, but okay. Well, I get what you mean, but anyway. But I'm so scared of the situation where I'm going to want to have sex. I have no desire to have it right now, but what will happen when I want to start dating, Just like you, I have these walls that I can't seem to open to unless the guy meets my requirements. I think I'm going to give you the same advice I give the other girl, the other 19-year-old girl. If you're not ready, don't do it. And you've been celibate for a year. So, congratulations, by the way. That is not easy. A whole year without... Wow. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Okay, listen, if you really want a relationship, the question is, and this is a question that I actually asked a couple of my friends the other day, why do you want a relationship? If you don't know why you want to be in a relationship, then don't be in one. Don't rush into it, man. Like, really don't rush into it. If you don't have a valid enough reason, and if your only reason to be in a relationship is just to have sex, then you might as well not do it anyway. Because, like I said, sex is overrated. It's just an orgasm. People masturbate, for crying out loud. Not that I'm saying that you should do it, but you get what I mean. It's not necessary. And I'm assuming you're going to China next year for school. So my thing is, your focus should be on that and not trying to get some, But yeah, that's just me, man. Okay, I think that's enough for tonight, guys. This wasn't meant to be a long episode, so I actually feel like I've just recorded a whole voice note and not a podcast. But anyway, it is what it is, man. This is the norm going forward, man. We're gonna have random conversations. Obviously, the next time it's gonna be like we're gonna have an actual topic to talk about, but this time it was just basically life update and answering some of your dilemmas that you're dealing with. Excuse me. And we'll pick it up from there. A vlog for my trip to Central Province will come out in about the next 2 weeks because I'll be there for 10 days. So pray for your boy that he might have safe travels. And like I said, guys, until the next episode that comes out next Sunday, remember to live your best life. Good night, everybody.